Okay, hello trombone and baritone players. I am going to be demonstrating some sections of your next playing test, which is also the wind ensemble audition. First thing you want to do is make sure that before you start playing, you warm up, play your chromatic scale, buzz a little on the mouthpiece. I did a little bit of warming up before I started this video, so I'm close to being ready to go. Before I start playing here, I want to pay attention to the key signature. This is one of the biggest challenges of this piece. You notice that we have 4 flats in the key signature. You want to be especially careful of the high D flats, the concert D flats, which are going to be played in second position or with your second finger, depending on whether you're playing it on trombone or euphonium. One of the biggest challenges of this piece is that it needs to be played in a very connected and legato style. This is especially important and most difficult on trombone. You're going to need to use very strong air support to keep the phrase moving and connected so it doesn't become choppy. I'm going to play through the first theme here. This is the first 4 measures or so to give you a basic idea of the appropriate style and tempo. It won't be perfect, but it'll give you a pretty good idea of how this first theme goes. You notice I made sure to slur all the notes that are supposed to be slurred and separated the notes that are indicated with a staccato. There's also an opportunity to crescendo and decrescendo each phrase. Follow the musical phrase and make it very musical. Don't just play the notes and the rhythms. I'm now going to go on to the next theme. This is the last measure of the first line. Couple things I was thinking about as I played that section. Not only hitting my high D flats, I'm playing this on euphonium, so I'm using my second finger, but I also was paying attention to the accents. Several notes here are accented, and we want to use our air strongly to emphasize those notes. I also would isolate the big leap at the end of this phrase, so I continue to connect it and do not separate it. Don't play the end of the phrase like this. Connect those notes. Okay, the next section is where things start to get really tricky. I'm going to have to attempt to lip slur up from the concert C up to the concert E flat. Even I am going to have to practice this a few times because I'm not going to get it every single time since this piece is relatively new to me. Find the correct pitches so we know we're on the right partial. Softer. A rhythm that is extremely important in the second half of this etude is the 8th note followed by the triplet 16th note. In my head, every time I was thinking 1 triplet 2, 1 triplet 2, 1 triplet 2. I'm going to practice those 3 rhythms back to back to back. The first 2 are identical except for the last note. The third one ends on the same note but has a different starting pitch. I am now going to play through the entire excerpt one time without stopping. 1, 2, 3, 4. Three, four. 1, 2. Adjust your embouchure for high notes. So with the exception of fracking that high concert F at the beginning of the third line, I would say that that was a modestly successful playthrough for me. So use these hints and tricks and tips to help you get better at this etude.